Hi, my name is Kendall Mullen, and I am applying to be a summer teaching fellow for the summer of 2015 with Uncommon Schools. I grew up as the oldest of four children in a pocket of Chester County, Pennsylvania that was more diverse than its surrounding conservative towns. I took for granted this diversity and open-mindedness. Then I left for school in Alabama. I chose the University of Alabama for a few reasons. I received a generous academic scholarship, taking much of the financial burden off of my large family, who would have to send four of us to college, not an easy financial feat. I also admittedly fantasized about being a part of classy Southern culture, wearing dresses to football games, saying yes ma'am and no sir. However, when I arrived, I found that being Southern to many meant being a white Baptist from old money. Being proud of the South meant being proud of its history of slavery and segregation. It meant the Confederate flag hung in your living room, de facto segregation in almost all aspects of life, and surprising to me, bold racism. I knew people who had busts of Robert E. Lee in their family homes, who had family members still involved in the Klan, and who lied about their addresses to go to the known white high school in their county. When asked to defend this way of life, they almost always cited tradition. Of course they weren't racists. I was shocked and repulsed by this. I found friends and fellow Northerners who were also experiencing this extreme culture shock. About 2 years into my education at Alabama, I took a class requiring community service. So I decided to mentor children after school who were considered at-risk youth in Tuscaloosa city schools. After my first day, I was extremely angry and frustrated with these so-called Southern traditions. The elementary school was almost entirely black, low-income people. I learned this was a direct result of gerrymandering of district lines by high-up state officials. The school had no air conditioning, making for a literal hellish learning environment, especially in August. It was run down, old, with little basic resources necessary to foster a positive learning environment. The teachers struggled because of little education about early childhood development. They worked extremely long hours and struggled to make ends meet. I was assigned to work with kindergartners. I met children who had clear learning disabilities, ranging from motor skill delays to severe speech delays. There were children who did not even know basic colors, let alone how to hold a pencil or read or write their own names. They struggled with tasks I had mastered well before kindergarten. I also saw signs of abuse. More than one child had cigarette burns on his or her body. They spoke of whoopings from parents or other family members when they dirtied their pants at recess. For many, the afternoon snack provided by the program was the last food they were going to see until lunch at school the next day. Parents who were younger than me came to pick up their 3 children from school. All of these things were ignored by the administration, as this was just how it was. There was not any money in the budget to change anything. Seeing all of these things lit a fire within me. I was angry that this was even a place that state officials believed children could learn anything. I saw firsthand the education gap that I had heard about in the news. It was huge in Tuscaloosa. It was impossible for these children to succeed in school. Their futures had been decided at a very young age by a government interested in keeping the schools segregated for fear of breaking tradition. These children's potential would remain untapped because the resources necessary to educate them were unavailable to these poorer black schools, while across town, other schools had these resources. I knew then that I wanted to be a part of working to level the playing field in urban education. I believe it is my calling to educate the underprivileged minority youth of our country. I am committed to helping children believe that they have what it takes to pursue higher education. I want to invest in our country's future by investing my time and my own education, by bridging the opportunity gap in these children. Thanks so much for watching.